The purpose of this video is to welcome you to the Read 5311 Literacy Assessment and Tiered Interventions class and to give you an overview of the syllabus and course objectives and assignments. So it is a little lengthy, but it is pretty in-depth as just like an intro. So my name is Elizabeth Jones. I will be your instructor for this course during summer 2023. I'm so excited to launch this 8-week term with you all. So I just wanted to start by telling you a little bit about my background. I'm currently a reading literacy specialist at Lake Norman Charter Middle School in Huntersville, and I serve students in grades 5th through 8th. I have a master's degree in literacy, and I taught 7th grade ELA for 7 years before moving into this current role. I pursued my national boards this past year in early literacy, with all 4 components being submitted by that May 17th crazy deadline. So yeah, I'll find out in December if I am officially a national board certified educator, and I will take all your prayers and positive thoughts because it was intense. So yeah, in 2015, I moved to Charlotte after living and teaching in Hilton Head, South Carolina for my first 5 years after college. I absolutely loved it, but living and working on a 5-mile island definitely had its challenges, and my heart just sort of longed for a bigger city. I always wanted to work in higher ed. I had amazing educators at Bowling Green State University, where I went to school in Ohio. And so after dating long distance to my now hubby that you see in those pictures, I made the plunge and moved up here. And I pretty immediately taught as an adjunct professor at UNCC for an undergrad class and a master's level class in, it was fall of 2017, or I think fall and spring 2017. But yeah, fast forward a couple years, I've been busy the last 5, just making a family, getting married. Bodie, that you see in the picture, is my son. He's 4. And then Blair will be 2 in September. And gosh, they keep me busy. But being a teacher is truly like the most incredible career to have as a mom. When I'm not working or spending time with my family, I love to craft. I have a Cricut machine and an entire craft room, and I even make and sell some stuff. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Miss Liz Fish, but I don't really super love doing that. I tried the whole Etsy shop thing. It's just not really my vibe. I'd rather just like do things for my friends and family, but I love traveling. I've actually been to 43 out of 50 states. One of my bucket list goals is to actually visit all 50 states before I'm 50. And you can see like the bottom left picture is me and my older sister at her wedding this past fall in Oregon. So that is the Pacific Ocean. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. The redwood forest is truly magical. And the bottom right was my hubby and I when we traveled to Chicago last spring for a friend's wedding. And his bucket list goal is to visit every baseball stadium in the U.S. I don't really care for sports either way. I go with him because he's a huge sports fanatic, but it was cool to go to Wrigley Field on this trip. And I'm like, I'll tag along and visit new cities. That's awesome. I am excited to learn a little bit more about you this week when you complete your syllabus survey and your interest inventory. And the last thing I'm going to say about this slide, please hear me when I say that my main job is as a reading literacy specialist at Lake Norman Charter. Therefore, this email that you see on the screen, L as in Liz, F as in Fisher, Jones, lfjones@lncharter.org, that is the email that I check daily. That is the email that gets notified to my phone. That is the email that is set up with all of my Google accounts. Like, I'm obviously going to check my UNCC email because I'm teaching this course. However, I am human, and I've already missed a couple emails simply because it's just not what my default email is. I'm also going to share my cell phone number with you, but if you're going to contact me, please use this email address. One of the goals of this video is to make sure that you have everything that you need to get started in Read 5311 this summer. And our roadmap for this week kind of gives you a snapshot of the things that are coming up and things that you need to do for this week. And the first thing I want to encourage you is to just like click around and explore the Canvas site. I'm sending this video, this intro, and sort of an announcement ahead of time because I'm sure that there are probably some overachievers like I was that are ready to like get started and just print some things and have some stuff organized. So just kind of familiarize yourself with resources and how the course materials are organized, because every professor kind of does things a little bit differently. And sometimes those logistics sort of take the longest to kind of figure out. So please also review all of the information on the week 1 introduction to course and syllabus overview page. This is a shortened week. I've actually combined weeks 1 and 2. They're all on one page, but you're going to find instructions for like downloading the course assignment calendar and checklist, which I hope is easy to understand and color coded and is something that I would definitely download and print. Please note that week 1, again, is a mini week. Your first assignments are actually due on Tuesday. So even though this course launches on June 19th, I have the due dates for that first week assignment set on June 20th because it's 100% doable. I know it's a quick turnaround, but like this is a master's level course, 100% doable. You'll see that week 1 and 2, like I said, are combined. They overlap just to really like get into the course content. And because of 4th of July sort of falling on a Tuesday, also, it's an 8-week course, and your final due date, that final week 8, your assignments are due on that Tuesday because I go back to school on that Wednesday, August 9th. So just kind of trying to get everything that students in the fall and spring semester learned in a 12-week time frame squished into an 8-week time frame. So yeah, you'll be good. I have faith in you. Aligned with our different course objectives that you can see in the syllabus, there are really 3 guiding principles that are going to frame our work together in this course. The first is that children have the basic human right to read and to have access to high quality text and to high quality research informed reading instruction. A few things that I'm sure that you're learning from your different experiences working with elementary students is that some kids find learning to read really easy, some find it a little more difficult, and a few find learning to read very difficult. Importantly, though, we can teach them all to read because instruction is key in the learning to read equation. Remember that a primary focus of this course is learning about your elementary students as literacy learners in order to design instruction and provide intervention that meets their individual needs. And so building on these ideas, the third, and in my personal opinion, the most important guiding principles for this class is that like the solution to children's reading difficulties, it's not in specific programs, right? It's in teachers' knowledge, what they learn about their students, what they know about assessment, what they know about instruction, how to use tools, how to make these instructional decisions in the classroom. I don't know if you can tell that I'm like super passionate about this. And I just spent the morning, this morning working with all of our ELA educators on vertical alignment and just aligning our instruction to standards. And so obviously our third guiding principle is the idea that teachers must be expert thinkers in order to do the work of providing high quality, responsive instruction to students. And to like make these instructional decisions in the classroom that address students' interests, strengths, and needs. Well, we will revisit these principles throughout the course, but I did want to point out just like where you've been and what you've learned. I think it's important to know, obviously, because I'm an associate professor, I did not create this content, but everything was designed by Dr. Fitzgerald and Dr. Lucy to build upon the learning and the experiences that you already had in that Read 5111 course and the Read 5211 course, and that you're going to get support all along the way. It looks like a lot. It is a lot of content, but I am here for you. I will get questions answered, and it will be good. With the lens of our guiding principles and what you've learned, we're just going to dive in now to like the syllabus, sort of beginning with those first few assignments for this course. But when you download the syllabus, you can look at page 5 and 6 to kind of see the percentage and the breakdown of those assignments, including the week 1 syllabus survey and interest inventory. All of the different activities that are focused on learning about literacy assessments and practice, scoring, analyzing assessments to inform instruction. That's all kind of happening during weeks like 2 through 5. And then 6 through 8, that's sort of like discussion boards. Again, I'm going to dive into that, but all of that is going to make up about 32% of your grade in this course. Another chunk of your grade is the case study, and there's a whole separate video of what you will need to do. Dr. Fitzgerald created. There are 3 separate sections, and that is important to note because while there's 3 separate sections, section 1 has 3 separate parts. That's why you see there that it is about 24% of the overall grades. Just multiple parts makes it easier for us to communicate, give feedback, ask questions, and sort of be specific. Another assignment you'll complete is the data practices interview. Again, all this information more in depth is on Canvas. But then finally, the last set of assignments is focused on the EdTPA Task 3 Literacy Assessment Commentary, Analysis, and Scoring. So you're not actually completing the task 3 yourself. You're just sort of digging in and learning about the task 3 rubrics that you will use to then analyze and score an example. And so I wanted to point this out because it looks like this is the brunt of your assignment work. This is how you're going to be graded. But it is important to kind of plan ahead and sort of look ahead. Yes, you have like one specific weekly activity assignment due each week, but then I'm going to kind of communicate via announcements and things like that. But it's important to kind of look ahead and read through this case study assignments and read through the EdTPA prompts that you're being asked to do, because it kind of all comes at the very end of this course. And I feel like if you're anything like me, summer's going to get started and it's going to be July before we know it. So I just wanted to kind of point your attention to that breakdown. Like I briefly described on the last slide, you are going to be conducting a case study of an elementary grades learner using a variety of sources of reading and writing assessment data, just to basically identify strengths and instructional needs, things that you're actually going to be doing in the classroom, or some of you probably already do in the classroom, and to create a intervention plan that would best target those instructional needs of that particular student. So for this case study, I will actually provide all of the assessment data for the case study assignment. You will choose to conduct your case study using literacy assessment data from either a kindergarten student or a third grade student. So again, I will provide all of the resources to you. You do not have to go out and find a child to do this assignment at all. In your course assignment table, just zooming back into that case study, there are multiple parts, like I said, and there's just a much more in-depth overview of each part in Canvas. Dr. Fitzgerald's done a great job of also creating a separate video that you are welcome to go and watch pertaining to that case study. And again, by like week 2, I kind of ask you to start looking into that, start becoming familiar with what is going to be asked of you. So each week, like I said, you're going to have a set of weekly activities. For week 1, it's pretty simple. That's why even though our course launches on Monday, June 19th, I have this due on Tuesday, June 20th, because it's a get to know me, guys. Syllabus survey, interest inventory. I'm hoping to respond back to all of you by the end of this first week 1, week 2 sort of combination. Okay. So it's really just to like help you dive in, get to know everything, share some information, learn the course expectations. And so because it is combined with week 2, please make sure that you are paying attention to some of those due dates. Weeks 2 through 5, the goal is to just help you learn literacy assessment and to practice scoring. That is really the brunt of that. And they're just designed to kind of prepare you for that case study and for your EdTPA. Weeks 6 through 8, that is a little bit more there's going to be some discussion posts. I'll break you out into groups in the Canvas, and you'll have to like respond to 2 other group members. It's about like, again, data decisions, informed decisions, intervention plans, things like that. Your data practices interview assignment. This is an assignment to support you and to learn about the assessments, curriculum, and practices that are used at your school or at a school of your choice. So hopefully you have enough sort of information from some of your experiences to be able to create or to complete this assignment. But if you are looking through that and again have any questions or concerns, just let me know. This was another thing that is due in that week 1, and that was the Foundations of Reading practice test, the reflection. I also just posted an announcement in the lab course, but you should have taken these practice quizzes during your Read 5211 course. And so you're going to be asked to go back to that Canvas page, find your scores, and then complete your reflection. And it's basically just to prepare you for that licensure test. Okay. And let's see. Finally, this course is designed to support you to learn key concepts and skills related to completing the EdTPA Task 3, Literacy Assessment Commentary. And so this graphic on the slide just kind of gives you a snapshot of like what the prompts for EdTPA Task 3 sort of focus on. And that is obviously assessing student learning, feedback, evidence, and then this is, I think, the most important, using assessment to inform instruction. So many schools that I have worked in and teachers I have worked with, they know how to collect the data. It's just like, what do you do from there? What is your next steps? Okay, we can diagnose all day long. What is the treatment plan, the standard treatment protocol? What are we doing next for individuals in the class, and just as a whole? So just to wrap it up, I'm sorry if I spoke really fast, but that's the beauty of a video. You can go back and look or go back and rehear whatever you need to. But I just wanted to say a couple last minute words about Canvas to kind of help you navigate. So each week, again, week 1 and 2 being combined, has its own page where all of the resources for that week will be organized and linked. And so you'll find all of the materials that you need for the week there. And so when you click on like a specific week, you will have like the objectives, the assigned readings and videos, the lessons and activities, and the assignments. And everything should be linked to, the specific assignment so you can see how it's graded, the rubric that I'm going to be using to grade, and things of that nature. And so finally, and most importantly, communication in a fully online course is exceptionally important. Once again, just to reiterate, the best way to reach me is through my lfjones@lncharter.org email. And during the week, I will definitely respond within 48 hours. I'll do my best, obviously intermittently on the weekend. If you want to jot down my cell phone number real quick, I think I posted it somewhere, but my cell is 567-204-3230. If for some reason, like you haven't heard from me or it's like a more urgent question or concern. And so I'm not holding a set like evening office hour time this summer because you all have different commitments. It's just unlikely that I would find a time that consistently works for everyone. I think just kind of being on call and being willing to set up a Zoom with you or to just chat with you is probably easier. Now, as a master's level course, though, I will say, please be cognizant of the fact that you should be an independent learner. And so I've tried to give you as much in-depth directions, right, as possible for these different assignments and for the coursework. And there is tech support. There is just like plenty of opportunities to learn what you need to know. And so just like I find myself telling some of my wonderful middle school parents of kiddos, read the directions, read. Can you read to figure out what it is you need to know? And so I hope that doesn't sound condescending. I think it's just funny. Like we all as humans fall victim to that where you're like, I just need help. Cause I do it too, right? Especially with tech. I want somebody to show me immediately, but just, I don't want you to feel frustrated if I don't respond immediately. So I am here for you. We will definitely work together. I obviously want to support you in your learning, in your journey to becoming a literacy educator. And I really am excited to work with you on the literacy labs in the LED 5312, I believe class it is. So yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Again, I'm excited to get to know you this first semester. And please go ahead and complete that syllabus survey and interest inventory and the Foundations of Reading Practice test reflection by June 20th. And then you can begin working on your week 2 weekly activity because that'll be due on Friday, June 23rd. I'm excited. Have a good one.